Friends, myself Amrita Srivastav and I am a faculty of USAI Academy Institute, Gorakhpur. Today we are going to discuss class 6 and we will discuss one poem, that is The Kite, from the book Honey Suckle. This is your second poem, The Kite, and the writer is Harry Ben. So, students, all of us like to fly kites. Have you ever tried to fly one? Read this poem about a kite as it flies in the sky. So, let's read this poem. How bright on the blue is a kite when it is new. With a dive and a dip, it snaps its tail, then soars like a ship with only a sail. As over tides of wind it rides, climbs to the crest of a gust and pulls, then seems to rest as wind falls. When string goes slack, you wind it back and run until a new breeze blows, and its wings fill and up it goes. How bright on the blue is a kite when it is new, but a raggeder thing you never will see when it flaps on a string in the top of a tree. So this is poem about kite. Students, the poet has drawn a beautiful picture of the flying kite through words in this poem. We all love to see flying kites but never noticed how it flies. Through this beautiful word picture of a flying kite, the poet is just preceding the readers to fly one and notice its beautiful moves. In this clear sky means when there are no clouds, a kite will look bright in it. It will be clearly noticeable. The kite hurls and with every wag its tail produces a cracking sound. Then you will notice while flying, all of a sudden the kite goes high on the top just like a ship. It goes up and down on the crest of waves with a sail cloth. Maybe you have seen the moves of a ship also. So it moves forward when the wind is strong, but as the wind falls, it seems as if it is also taking a rest for a while in the air. Sometimes you will notice that the threads tied to be kite loosen and the flyer, who is flying a kite, tries to roll the thread and runs till a new breeze fills its wings. So students, a kite really looks bright on a clear sky, but when it gets stuck on a tree top, it gets torn and gives a poor look. So let's see the explanation of these beautiful lines. How bright on the blue is a kite when it's new. With a dive and a dip, it snaps its tail. So the writer is saying here that a kite looks bright on a clear sky when it flies for the first time. It moves with softness and force together at the same time to fly makes its tail to create a crackling sound in the air. Then soars like a ship with only a sail as over tides of wind rides, climbs to the crest of a gust and pulls, then seems to rest as winds falls. Soars means fly high. And sail means a cloth on a ship or a boat used to catch wind and help the boat to propel. And the meaning of crest is mountain top. So, students, here the writer is saying such moves help it to float in the sky, just waves rising and falling with the sudden blow of the winds. It goes up to the highest point in the sky in a wavy manner and way a ship moves on the ocean. But as soon as the wind slows down, it seems as it has stopped there to rest. When a string goes slack, you wind it back. And run until a new breeze blows and its wings fill and up it goes. Slack means loose. When the thread tied to the kite loosens and the flyer who is flying a kite runs and rolls it back. He waits till a new air blows again and fill its wings with air again to help it fly high. How bright on the blue is a kite when it's new, but a stronger ragdoll thing you never will see when it flaps on a string in the top of a tree. The meaning of ragdoll is torn or tattered. So, a kite looks very bright and beautiful on a clear sky when there is no cloud in the sky. So, at that time, kite looks very bright and beautiful. But when it gets struck on a tree top, it gets torn and gives a poor worn out look which is not liked by anyone. Mostly kids love new kite, and when any kite is torn, it will be not liked by anyone. So students, that was all about the poem Kite. List out the action words in the poem: dive, dip, snap, and some more we can take: climbs, blows, rides, falls, etc. And next is saying, read these lines from the poem, then soars like a ship with only a sail. The movement of tailless kite is compared to a ship with sail. That is called a simile. Can you suggest what or who the following actions may be compared to? So, he runs like the wind. He eats like a, we can say, pig. She sings like a nightingale. It shines like a star and it flies like a bird. That was all about the poem The Kite. Learn this poem and make a beautiful picture of kite in your notebook. After writing this poem, we will discuss our next chapter in our next video. Till then, take care.